Hello viewers around the world, and welcome back to a brand new video. This is XP Gaming, and today's video is going to be about the new Wild Week that has just recently come out. So we're gonna land, and I'll explain what I mean by Wild Week as well as other stuff. So let's get right into the video. And yeah, so this is actually pretty interesting. First of all, nobody even knew that Wild Weeks were going to be coming back, and again, if you don't know what that is, I'll tell you soon in the video. But nobody even knew that Wild Weeks would be coming back into the game, and especially during a time like this. And by a time like this, I mean it's kind of weird because obviously, if you don't know, an update just happened recently. Now, not so recent, but this Wild Week just got released yesterday, like 15 hours ago. Okay, for somewhere around that, almost today, and that's like 3 days away from the update, which was a pretty big update. I've already made a video about it, so if you want to know about it, there will be videos on my YouTube channel. But yeah, considering there had already been an update, I just found it really crazy that we got something like this. I mean, it's not the craziest thing in the world, but it's still like something, you know, it's still a bit of content to go on. It's pretty fun. So now I'm going to be explaining to you what a Wild Week is, and I'll be telling you what Wild Week this is. So, what is a Wild Week? So most of you probably already know what a Wild Week is, and I thought it was going to be for that season, but no, they brought it back again. So Wild Weeks started in season 6. We had a sort of Wild Week in season 5, which I'll explain later, soon actually. But this is when Wild Weeks really started. So Fortnite introduced Wild Weeks literally 4 weeks before the season ended. They introduced it, or 5 weeks actually, I think, sorry. So they introduced Wild Weeks as these things that will affect your gameplay. Basically, every week they would have a certain team for the Wild Week. If I remember correctly, yes, I actually do. I'm sure of it. The first week was a Fire Wild Week. That was probably one, I think, honestly, the most crazy out of all of them. It was a Fire Wild Week, and the way it worked was not only were fire weapons, obviously, some fire weapons came back. We got, I think, like 2 fire weapons that had been in the game. Like these, I call them fire weapons. They're just like weapons that, you know, produced flames. So there were these items that came into the game, and it was interesting. It was interesting. Okay, that just ran away. I mean, I don't even have an AR. This is bad. But yes, the Wild Week came into the game, and then not only did they, like, you know, add some fire items into the game. For starters, they buffed the damage of the fireball. They made it. They also made it easier to get, and it was really crazy. So they buffed the damage of the fireball, and they made it easier to get. Then they went ahead and made flames faster, and they also did more damage now. And honestly, it was really effective and really changed the way the game worked. And a lot more people using flames, probably not just because of Wild League. I believe there was also a pretty difficult challenge that you'd have to use fire a lot to complete. So it's a really cool way of introducing this great interesting mechanic, and it was really nice. I really think I should do this, like, not just at the end of the season, but like throughout the season, like every 3 weeks they introduce a Wild Week, and then towards the end of the season, maybe every 2 weeks. And basically it's going to affect the style of the game. I think it's really cool. And like, they don't just use different weapons, they play differently. The people like actually play differently, knowing that fire was a very effective tool now. So that's basically what it is to it. So first it was fire, then it was fish. Fish were more common, they were more OP, and the fish one I feel like was the least effective out of all of them. But it was a bit more interesting. It added in some interesting fish, and they were actually, like, fish were actually useful now, and you could yeah, actually that's it. So then the third week, which I think was the next most effective one, was the Bouncer Week. It wasn't really called Bouncer, it was more like low gravity or bounce week. And basically it added all these bounce items, and everything was kind of low gravity now. And it was really cool. For some reason this one lasted for 2 weeks. I think it was like something like a delay happened or something. I can't remember the whole thing, but something like that happened, and that's why it lasted for 2 weeks. But they added bouncers back. I believe Shockwave's back. I don't think Shockwave's there last season. I think the last season they were in season 5. No, actually they were there last season. Sorry for that, guys. For that confusion. But yeah, they're not here anymore. It's kind of sad. But yeah, it was definitely interesting week. Then the final week was what they called the bargain bin. So this is what I meant. Now I'm going to explain to you why I feel like they were kind of introduced. They were really introduced kind of in season 5. The reason I think I kind of say they're introduced in season 5 is because in season 5 we didn't get any wild weeks or anything. But towards the end of the season, since it was the first season to introduce the gold, Epic kind of did something cool. And for 1 week, only 1 week only, they made all the prices of the exotics lower. And you won't believe how much it affected the game a lot. You would see people with exotics everywhere, and they were really cheap. They did the same. That's basically what bargain bin was, or bargain bin actually. I think it was bargain bin. Yeah, it was bargain bin. So that's literally what bargain bin was. It was pretty fun. I enjoyed it. But something felt different about it, and it wasn't as fun as the season 5 one. I'm not sure if that was just me, but I really feel like it was just not as fun or enjoyable. Also, I'm getting shots. Where am I getting shot from? Like, it's all alerting me or anything. Am I getting shot from the bushes? Okay, I have no idea where I'm getting shot from right now. I do know I'm gonna take a look out though. Can't stay still anywhere for too long. I definitely think whoever this person is in the corner. Okay, I honestly do not have a single clue where this guy could be. Other than in here. You wouldn't. No way. Are you in here? If he is. No, okay. That's interesting to know. So anyways, I'll continue what I was trying to tell you guys about the wild weeks. So yeah, that was it wasn't as enjoyable. I'm not sure if it was just me. It probably just was, but you know, you never know. Maybe someone else felt the same way. But either way, the point is that that is what wild weeks are. That is the explanation. So they've brought it back this season, and I do believe these are going to be the same 4-week thing they were going for, the 4-week wild weeks. But then it turned 5 weeks because of I just told you fighting going on. Usually I definitely antagonize or just fight them. Not sure if I use that word, but at the moment I think it'd be more effective if I just ran away. Storm's closing in. It's bad. Yo, sheesh. So, okay, guys. So this is what this entire video is basically about. This is the new wild week that just came out, and it's gonna be 4 of them, I believe. This is the sneak peek wild week, and it's basically all about sneaking. Basically, items. They've added back almost, I think, if not every single suppressed item. And suppressed weapons are also known as silent weapons, because that's the whole point. Suppressed basically means, at least in gun terms, silent. So these guns are now, okay, come on. So see what I mean there? Like, you wouldn't, like, I could have heard that shot if somebody was using, let's say, a heavy sniper. But now, that's how it happened. It has sneaked its way here, I guess you'd say. Now this guy's here. Okay, this guy. Wow, what? Dude, this guy is one inside sniper. I was still moving around. Anyways, the video's not over yet, so I'll still be talking about wild week. So this wild week is called Sneak Peek Wild Week, and it's all about sneaking. Only have suppressed weapons been added back into the game, like all of them, pretty much. But also, they've added a way higher chance of profit fires in the game, since that, you know, kind of adds to the whole sneak peek team. So now profit fires are way more common. and you can definitely, well, sneak up a lot more people, take them by surprise, shoot them with interesting weapons. So yeah, it's fun. It's interesting. I'm gonna be interested to see how this plays out. I know a lot of people haven't really liked suppressed weapons or silenced weapons because the silence doesn't really make up for the fact that they do less damage. If you don't know, pretty much like I think all of them, all of the silent weapons are versions of for example, the suppressed AR is a version of the normal AR, but with less damage, but it's also silent. And I think it has a few changes in fire rate, but the main thing is the damage, and that it's silent. And yeah, some people say like silence doesn't really contribute that much as damage does. So I'm not sure what you think on the topic, but I do know this. It's not like any of the other items are removed. It's just that the game is a bit different. Also, just like last season, they have added gold quests that reward you for that give you XP as a reward, kind of so people are more interested in using these items or these suppressed items. Or maybe next season, next week they'll add something and people don't want to use it, but then they'll do it for the quest anyway. So that will really, you know, alter the game mode. And by the game mode, I mean like the game, its style. So I'm gonna go ahead and land here. This is what we're actually here. Hopefully we could get a bit more detail in the scene in this, well, match. I mean, I had some really good loot last match, and then boom, this god sniper just comes out of nowhere. I should not have died there. That guy was hacking. But anyways, that pretty much covers everything. Right now, you're just going to see gameplay of me attempting to, well, use the silent weapons and actually win them. So let's just do it now. Also, I've said this in my latest video so far, but the season is ending soon, so you guys like really got to hurry up with what you're doing. By hurry up, I mean basically what I mean is, if you guys need to get something with your levels, with your levels, I mean like, you know, buy something with your battle stars. Now is the time. If you want to get those final styles for your skins, you know, like the rainbow styles or the silver styles like I have, then you guys have to start getting the XP right now. Usually during this time of the season, Epic Games adds a few ways to get XP more quicker. But whether it happens or not, you guys, if you want something, this is the time to get it. Because now the season will end in like 3 weeks, as I said before, like 2.5, as the season goes. So now's the time to really try to get everything you want. There's also probably going to be a huge event at the end of the season. Like, nobody has said it, but I explained my reasons in like this other video. It's like definitely happening. And I actually think I'll take the suppressed pistol. Honestly, the suppressed AR and the suppressed pistol, I don't like the other suppressed weapons, but I like these ones. I don't know, something about them is really great. And apparently you can also change this to a burst assault rifle. Interesting. Like, they don't do as much damage. I feel like their speed and the silence just makes up for it, and just sounds so good. Something about the sound is like worth it, I feel like. Let me demonstrate the. Okay, I'm getting sniped from somewhere. Now where's the CFO? Not that great for tracking. I still had to. Actually, I don't think I can. Also, here's a good tip for taking down UFOs. When a UFO disappears like that, you might think that's weird, or you might think it's a bug. That somehow that guy's UFO just like disappeared out of nowhere and now he's dead. But that's what actually happens. The UFO simply goes out of render distance, and now you cannot see it. So it's actually a useful thing, because they can also not see it. So if you can use this to your advantage in a way. So the way I would recommend using it is if you went ahead and shot where you think the UFO is. Since it's like go into like out of your render distance, you can actually attempt to take it down, and you could shoot it. I believe, you know, even without seeing it. But it won't be able to see you, which will make it a lot harder. Speaking of which, here is the secret UFO. If you guys still don't know, it's been here since the start of the season. I found out on like the first day. There's a secret UFO that spawns here, with 3 lives and everything. But if you guys don't know, these arena grande stuff, they'll be gone eventually. Obviously, the event already happened. However, some of the things that were with that, well, these power-ups basically that were on the UFO, they're still around here, and they won't be here, you know, next season. So make sure if you're gonna use these cool power-ups, it's kind of fun, then you do it. Now let's try to take down. That's it. Good job. Sorry for not talking for a while. Not much to talk about anymore. But yes, let's finish this map. This smash off at least a couple eliminations. Man, as you just saw, I was hunting that guy down for ages, and now I don't even know where he is. That guy disappeared somewhere. I have no idea where. He's gone now. You take you out safe. Okay, I gotta get up here. Okay, now he's gonna take a malady from and I'm back in. Now he's dead. Let's go! I didn't even have a shotgun. I'm sure you guys probably realized that. I still survived. Still won. That was one interesting thing that just happened. And this guy literally had a SERP cannon, not a SERP cannon. Anyway, so let's get a UFO and try to fix this match off. I'd say that went well. Okay, this is sucks. It didn't even fully explode. Which, you know, you might think is a good thing. It's kind of bad in this situation because one shot this UFO goes down. If it exploded there, then by the time it would be at full health. And you know, it's not like I would have taken that much damage. If you don't know, I actually didn't find out for a long time with seasons. Like half of the season passed, but I actually never knew. So if you guys don't know, well, you know now, as I'm about to tell you. When a UFO loses one of its lives, obviously, you know, this part, the UFO has 3 lives. But if a UFO uses one of 2 lives and you're near it, then you will actually lose some health. It will take 10 HP away from you, just 10, but you will lose it. And it's so low that I just never seem to realize. It's kind of weird. I think it's safe to say. Well, it's died. But yeah, as you can see, guys, I've taken 20 damage. It didn't give me 10 damage. There we go. Now it should be at 100% battery. Okay, is that like a thing? Is it refueling? Okay, there's actually a player here. What's up, bro? What's up? You have a good time. I know I am. I know I'm having a brilliant time. I'm sure you are too. You're also likely dead. Okay, you're not coming back to the circle, pal. I'm afraid so. Wait, he actually can't get back up here. Oh my god, that's it. Okay, now I'm gonna stop somewhere else. That kill, stop. Okay, now this takes good. Yeah, there we go. Dude, there's some really, you can get some really good aim with this thing. And anyways, I think it's safe to assume that the other guy is dead. I'm going to count that as a kill. Let's do this. So far, I have lost this guy. He just ran away. Like scaredy cat. I really hate sharks. Like, not just because they're really hard to kill, but also because, well, they're hard to kill because, well, what I meant to say was, they're hard to kill because they have a lot of health and they're dangerous or whatever. But they're also really hard to kill because half of them is under the water. They can't shoot under the water. Obviously.
Are you ready to have a great day?
Okay, guys. Finally, some action. Let's see if I can take some, guys. Where is he? There he is. Okay, this is the guy. This is okay. Okay, now that's annoying. Okay, I saw a rocket launcher back here. Okay, no way. Rocket launcher. Let's go. Now this match is finished. Yeah, this match is now officially finished, guys. Let's see how this plays out. It should be interesting. There's also a guy there. What are you doing running out in the open like that? What is wrong with you? Okay, wow. Like, coming game into the box and just coming like that. Okay, anyways, guys, this video has gone long enough. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is the new sneak peek Wild Week. Hope you guys enjoyed it. This is XP Gaming out.